Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to the Gamers Podcast on the Gamers Rundown. I am your host, Gallifrey Madman, joined by my chum, friend, good pal from Scotland, Dirty Ewok. Say hello, Ewok.
Hello, troops.
And as you
How we
can see,
doing?
you can see him acting goofy because
Yeah.
we are on video.
Second time around. yeah.
Yeah, this is our second attempt because Skype crashed on us.
Yes, it is. So like, Gally can see me, but I can't see him. This is kind of weird.
Oh, yeah.
Feels like kind of an adult peep show. Not that you would get kids peep shows, but no, just a peep show in general, you know.
Wow.
Where did that go? That went kind of dark.
Stop while you're ahead.
Yeah, definitely, mate, definitely. So, howdy, troops. Nice to see you.
Yeah, not that he really can, but
I know. I can imagine.
But we're coming to you today with a kind of a somewhat of a special show because today we're going to concentrate on Forza 7. And as you know, as you've heard us talk about in the past episodes, me and Ewok are avid sim racers. We did get our start back on. Well, I started on Forza 5. That's where I first joined the group that we belong to.
Technically, I did race on Forza 5, but I didn't know what I was doing. It wasn't until Forza 6 I actually started enjoying racing, if you don't count the Need for Speeds and stuff. But yeah.
Well, that's when you came over to the group we were part of, the GLC. That's when you came over. That's when you came over here, and started racing with us. And I have to say, I believe it was like a year and a half ago.
At least, yeah.
It was when we kind of moved out of Forza and went to the Project Cars. Now, I played Project Cars right from the get-go when it first released. I liked the game from the start, but unlike some people, I was racing with a wheel. A lot of people got a bad rep because a lot of people were racing with controllers, and it wasn't that good. But I was always an avid fan of it. So we had then started concentrating on it more, and so we kind of fell out of the Forza. But recently, we've spent some time with some of the old crew. And in fact, it was last evening we were on with Forza, having a blast. And I have to say, I had fun. I had fun.
Yeah, it was. I went from controller to wheel and then back to the controller. The wheel I didn't get on with. I didn't. But it was. It's not Project Cars, but it was weirdly entertaining and weirdly fun. I went back to how I originally played Forza, which was chase cam on a controller. And it's probably because I'm out of practice with Forza because we haven't touched in such a long time. But it was enjoyable, and I am looking forward to this reunion that Gally has organised for the GLC members. Hence why we were back on Forza, trying to get back into the groove of it. And it's very, very difficult when you leave a game of that nature and go do something that's sim kind of related and then go back to it. You've got to work a lot harder than you need to just to get around the track. All your reference points are all gone, braking distances, forget about it. Tire model, forget about it. It's like
it's a different animal altogether. As a lot of people like to sit there and say, "Oh, Gran Turismo, Forza, they're sim racers." No, they're not. They are sim-like. They have sim features, but the base of their game is arcade. And that's why one of the biggest problems with Forza, whether it be Forza 5, Forza 6, one of their biggest problems is the game doesn't meld well, or should I say it doesn't work as good as a real sim game when it comes to steering wheels. The game is built for controllers. And this is why we're going to get in depth with Forza 7, because now...
There's a few changes. Yeah, there's a few changes.
Well, here it is. One of the biggest things is for the first time... Now, granted, it's not full-fledged sim. It's not Automobilista. It's not iRacing. It's not Project Cars. It's still Forza. But Forza 7 is going to cross-play between PC and a console, the Xbox.
One.
Now, that's a big deal because there's going to be people on console and people on PC on the same track together.
Now, is that going to work? I mean, I don't. Yes, it's been built for Windows 10 from the ground up, but I don't think PC racers, or generally, I don't think PC gamers and console gamers should be on the same server due to advantages and disadvantages depending on what you play. We all know sim racing on a PC, you have a lot more advantages. There's a lot more settings you have. You know, you can really, really tailor your car, your settings, whatever it is you're doing. And the console can be slightly restricted in what you can and can't do.
That's a game built for PC. Forza on PC is not going to have anything different than the Xbox. It's the exact same game. The only thing they're going to be able to adjust is things like their settings as far as graphics and so forth. You know, whether they're going to be able to put it on ultra settings, whether they'll have to turn it down or whatever. You know, whether they want it in 4K, 4K or 1080p. But as far as car setups and everything else, that's all going to be across the board. So they're not going to, the thing that I think it's going to be funny is that they're going to, PC racers, now PC is majority ruled by wheel racers. There's virtually almost nobody on a controller when it comes to racing, sim racing or anything on a PC. Yeah. The thing that's going to be funny is it's going to be funny to see a guy's reaction who uses Forza 7.
I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going with this.
And he's going to be sitting there going around, let's use Road America. Going around that big sweeping right-hand turn. And of course, when you're with a steering wheel, you turn it. He's going to see this guy.
Tap, 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 tap.
You're going to see the wiggling in a car because that's how it works for the controller. The car wiggles a lot because you're constantly adjusting the analog stick. That's going to be funny.
One of the things as well that is, because this is, you know, the cross that they're doing, is that it's going to settle an old war, if you like, about not down in PC gamers, up your own arse, who think they're the best. The platform's the best, the game's the best, they're the best, right? And it's going to be time for the PC brigade to put the money where the mouth is, because they're always dumbing down the people that race on consoles and what have you, how better they are. And I think there's going to be plenty of times and situations where the person that wins it is on a console, and you're going to have a lot of upset puppies on the old PC side of it. And I think the rivalries are definitely going to be there. I think it might spawn some different leagues out of this. You know what I mean? Purely console versus PC to see who is the best. And I think it would be absolutely gutting for somebody to spend £1,600, £2,000 on this all singing, all dancing PC that makes you coffee in the morning and washes your balls before you go to work, right? To be beaten by a 14-year-old on a controller. It is going to happen. It's going to happen. It is, because there's some seriously fast guys in Forza. Look at the guys in the World Championships. They do it on a controller. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So for them to beat PC gamers, it's prepare for the arguments. Forums are going to be full of it. Absolutely.
Yeah. They don't have the advantage like they claim they do when it comes to, like, say, first-person shooters. Okay, first-person shooters. Oh, it's better with a mouse and keyboard. Oh, you don't have as good of reaction times with controllers. Blah 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 blah. That's fine for the most part of those arguments. Yeah, I understand them, and I get it. But when it comes to the racing games, and you're going to have guys on consoles on wheels and guys on PC, there's no difference. There is not going to be a difference as far as controls, because you're racing with the same type of controls. So. There's going to be guys on PC that are going to lose the consoles. That's a fact. It's going to happen.
People are going to lose their temper. The keyboards getting smashed, mouses getting launched out windows.
But here's the thing: how big of a response do you think Forza 7 is going to get on PC, seeing how it's not a true sim racer? That's my question. It's not a true sim racer. So how will it be received by PC, which is the sim racing crowd?
Well, it all depends on how it really runs. I mean, there's various videos. I watched a video today of some guy in a wheel, and the full rig that moves about and stuff at E3 doing Forza 7, and he couldn't drive for shit. But I was watching the wheel. One way he was doing was watching the wheel and the reaction time it was having on the screen, and from what I can see, there doesn't seem to be that connection with the game, which has always been a kind of a bit of a problem for Forza. Obviously, that was before the actual the game's launched. They may have fixed it, but when the demo comes out, which they have confirmed, there's going to be a demo for people to download. That's going to be the game changer because that's basically going to tell people, has it worked? Have they changed it? Is it been a cut and paste from Forza 6? The little upgrade. I mean, but we'll see. I mean, like the creative director, Bill Guys, he's basically said that it's going to work with all fan requested racing wheels on the market. This is something he's said to press, and it's a big thing to say if it's not going to work. So we can only go off what he said. If it doesn't work, it's going to be a huge embarrassment because I think the anticipation and the expectations of the racing community for Forza 7 and its connection to a wheel is huge, absolutely huge, because they got it so wrong with the Forza 6. Now, when yourself, when Mr. Coffin used to race was, some guys were able to race on Forza 6 with a wheel, possibly because they didn't know better or hadn't tried it on other games, so it's all they knew. But after you play your race on other games, you realise the elements are missing within Forza 6 when it comes to a wheel.
For me, it was always the tire model. I never liked the tire model when it came to Forza. And supposedly that's going to change, all the handling and physics. And to build upon what you were saying, Fanatec, or Fanatic, however you want to pronounce their name, they went and did some testing with Turn 10 and so forth. And this is one of the quotes given by one of the testers at Fanatic or Fanatec again.
Is this for the CEO?
I'm not sure if he was a CEO. All I know is he was a tester. He went to Turn 10 and tried out the game with the wheels. And he said, I had a very good meeting with them, and I am happy to report that there is a good chance that a lot of things will change for the better in upcoming FM titles, Forza Motorsport. There is a new person who is responsible for physics and force feedback, and this is a wheel guy. He is a real-world racer with a car engineering background and very familiar with PC sim racing. Now, he continues with the PC market seems to be very important for them, and they are aware for this market is dominated by wheel users, which is true. That wheels, like I said, there's almost basically nobody on a controller when it comes to PC. I'm not saying there's none. There is somebody out there on a controller. We know there is.
ZNX, or the arrow steering.
But therefore, we will intensify our cooperation. Not cooperation. Cooperation. They're not. I hate it when they put these words in there. Cooperation and get the best out of the games for wheel users. I cannot confirm at this point what features can be implemented, but the interest to do so is very high. Now, this is talking about PC, where they're adding all those wheels, like you were saying. They're trying to accommodate all the fan wheels. I mean, there's still people out there that race with their G27s and the Ferrari wheels and the Lamborghini wheels, and even Fanatic's old wheels, because a lot of people haven't upgraded to the Club Sport Elites and stuff like that, because let's just face it, Fanatic is an overpriced wheel. It's a very good wheel, but to me, not worth the price they asked for, because they're asking you to pay 3 to 4 times more than the same experience you can get from a top-end Thrustmaster or even the Logitech wheels. I don't find Fanatic to be worth their money. They got some I love their pedals, but I don't feel them to be worth the money.
I think it's interesting they've gone with fan requested wheels. It says that they've asked the community what wheels do they want to be accessible on Forza 7. I've seen nothing Nothing, Facebook, internet, whatever, other gaming sites, nothing where Forza's openly asked the community, what wheels would you like us for it to work on?
I think it's just people submitting to Turn 10, saying, please make it work with this wheel. Please make it work with this wheel.
Yeah, it could be their testers.
Because there is, like I said, there is a lot of different wheels on PC. You're not limited like you are with consoles, which I'm hoping is going to change very shortly when I get that drive hub.
This podcast, you're going to hear something different from me and Gally for a change. In the past, some have said we've kind of maybe beaten Forza up a little bit because we're not Project Cars fanboys, but maybe we are. Right, like the fanboy term, maybe we are, right? And we kind of gave Forza a bit of a rough ride, considering it's where we started, a rough ride before. Some of it rightly so, some of it maybe not. This podcast, we're looking at the potential that Forza 7 has in a positive manner from the information that's available to us.
We've always said Forza is a great game, but it can be better.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're not going to dumb it down. It hasn't been released. The demo hasn't been released yet, and this is something we're going to look at. I mean, one of the first things for me is you look at all the PR that's out there, stills, video. The game does look good, and that's something Forza has always had.
That's even without the 4K.
Yeah, the games look fantastic. Realistic, cars, yes. Tracks and stuff aren't really accurate, but you can't take away from it. It is a beautiful looking game, and it's something that I think that sells the game as well. I mean, initially, for anyone that's in the cars, you look at one of their adverts, for a game, and you want to buy it straight away purely on what it looks like. And I mean there's some comparison videos between Forza 6 and Forza 7 with the GTR on Nürburgring in the rain, and the comparison video is there, and it's night and day. They've really, really done a lot of work to make this game look so much more better. And there was a lot of comments on the video on YouTube guys were getting smashed. There's people going, "Oh yeah, it looks just the same as Forza 6," and then there were like 25 comments basically attacking this guy for making such a stupid comment. It doesn't look like Forza 6. It looks, easily 10 times better. They've done a lot of hard work, and I hope that it's going to be a great looking game, and they've sorted the physics out.
You know what I'm hoping for by seeing some of the trailers when they first released the trailers and stuff. I'm hoping that they finally give some pit lane animation. That would be a great addition.
Because that last update they done on Forza 6, where the little screen comes up, basically all it done was blocked what you'd normally see with this thing. And the information on them was good, so you can see how how close the cars are getting and stuff. But it seemed a bit of a lazy thing to do. They could have done something a bit more interesting. But I suppose it was an update, and without kind of really changing the coding of the game, there's not much they can really do to it. Yeah. But it did look good. It did look good.
I do give them kudos for finally coming up with a decent weather system, because
dynamic.
I'm sorry, the weather system in Forza 6 is just stupid. Okay,
rain.
Okay, the rain. It's either raining or not, and it's always a downpour. There's no stopping, slowing down, no nothing. It's just the puddles are always the same. It's crappy weather design. But here's the part that really gets me when it comes to Forza. Only certain tracks get rain. Only certain tracks get night racing. Every single track should be able to get the same weather and time of day. Again, this is what we do on Project Cars. You can set the time of day, and the sun changes depending on what time of the day you are. So you could be blinded on a certain turn.
They said they're going to, with the dynamic weather, they're talking about you can have multiple weather. You can now change the weather and the timing, so you can start in the day and end of the night. So pretty much everything Project Cars is doing, they've brought to Forza.
Yes, but it's still not every track. It's still not every track.
No, it's not.
That's so stupid.
It's a step in the right direction, and it's a big step, but it's not all the way there yet.
But I'm sorry, that's going to hurt them on PC. PC is not a place to fuck around when it comes to sim racing.
I agree there. I agree.
You don't screw with that. If your intentions is to finally move this game over to PC, stop pussyfooting around and do what you should be doing. Okay? Because I'm sorry, one of the huh?
The rant's coming early.
What? I'm sorry. One of the things that a lot of people like the track on Sebring when it comes to Forza.
Yeah.
But the rain ruins that track on Forza.
The stagnant water is always in the most stupidest place it ever be.
Mm-hmm.
It's always on, bang on the racing line, bang on the apex. It's everywhere you want to be on the track.
And it doesn't matter what track it is. Yeah. Every track's apex has fucking puddles on it. It's just so stupid. I mean, what? Branch Hatch. How many times you go through that one on the back turn, that back right hander?
Splash.
Yeah, you got to take that turn wider all the time. It's just, I'm hoping that it actually works with their dynamic, because they're saying it's not going to be stagnant. They're saying things are going to change. The rain will start and stop, and it's just like good, because you need that. But you done fucked up if you didn't put it on every track, and we know you didn't, because it's already come out that it's not on every track.
There's still time. You know, they may have an update before release.
A day one patch. You know what? You're gonna fucking kill yourself with a day one patch, because how many people bitch about that?
It can't be any worse than the recent PlayStation update 5.0. Yeah, I mean, one thing this is a big selling point for Forza for its fanboys. For me, it's not. I think it's too much, and I don't understand why they do it time and time again, right? And they've done it, and they've gone to the extreme this time. And you've probably guessed what we're going to talk about, Gary, is cars. Now, cars and trucks you can race on Forza 7, as you can in Forza 6. So, Forza 6, 450 cars, or trucks, whatever you want, right? In total, 450. Mm-hmm. Forza 7, right? Like 450 vehicles, of which probably you used 100 if you were keen. Yeah? Over 700 vehicles.
Yeah, that's right. That's it. I'm holding up 7 fingers. 700.
Why would any game need 700 vehicles? Do you really think that everybody used every single vehicle in Forza 6? No, they didn't.
No.
For the simple reason, a lot of the vehicles didn't belong in a racetrack. You know, they made no sense.
Nope.
I mean, the only thing that was missing was a Reliant Robin, and even that would probably race better than some of the cars that you had in there. So yeah, to have over 700 vehicles, I don't see the sense in it. You know, I'm not trying to sound too negative, but for me personally, this is a big negative point when it comes to Forza.
Yeah, me too.
Scale down the vehicles. Scale down the vehicles and have more tracks. Now, when it comes to tracks, there's right.
Well, here's the thing: when it comes to tracks on Forza 7, they've only now everybody say, "Oh, there's more tracks on Forza 7." They've only actually added one. They've only actually added one, because the other ones that are new to the game are from previous games, from Forza 4.
I mean, what they've said is that there's 30
and they're not real tracks. They're not real tracks. They are their own little creations that they created for Forza 4. Now
you've got over.
What?
On you go, mate. See, it's kind of hard when you don't have the video. I'm trying to gauge it when you jump in here.
The thing is that a lot of people were bitching. Is like, okay, we had all these extra tracks that they liked, Maple Valley, Suzuka, or whatever those were.
Maple Valley.
Maple Valley.
What the hell was that?
That was on Forza 4. It's not a real track. It's not a real track. They're fantasy tracks. So everybody was saying, well, you know, when we had so little tracks on 5, why didn't you just bring those over? And then Forza 6 came out. We got some more tracks again, but people were like, well, where's the other tracks from Forza 4? So finally, they're listening to their fans, and so they're bringing those tracks that were on Forza 4. They're bringing them here, but they're not real tracks. But again, they're not new tracks either. They're just tracks that were existed on a previous Forza title. And this is the part that I don't get. Why? And then the one track that's brand new to the game is not even a track. It's a Dubai mountain course. It's not even the Dubai. It's not even the Dubai freaking GP circuit. What the hell?
I know. Well, when I was watching that guy in the wheel, that's the track he was doing. And the guy slating the track, saying the track's really poor. It doesn't really make sense. I mean, they've said there's over 200 configurations, which sounds really impressive. But then take into account what some of those tracks are going to be. You're going to have these really short tracks that you can't really do anything with unless you're in a go-kart, which you don't have in Forza. So
there is one plus when it comes to the tracks, though. If you are somebody who raced on Forza 6 but never bought the Porsche pack and didn't get the Virginia Motorsport, the Virginia Speedway, that is actually coming as a base track on Forza 7. So you will finally be able to race it if you are moving on to Forza 7.
What's funny you talk about the Porsches there, because Microsoft have signed, now depending on the way you read this, it's 6 or 7 years, right? Microsoft have signed a 6 or 7 year agreement with Porsche for upcoming Forza titles. Which is kind of
which everybody's doing. Yeah. Everybody's doing. I mean, and here's the thing that's lovely. If you are a sim racer, you're just getting into sim racing, you are probably in the best time for sim racing because there's no more exclusivities when it comes to cars and all this other crap. It's like, Project Cars had its hiccups when it came to making deals with Ferrari and Lamborghini, but that got solved because now Ferrari and Lamborghini are in the new game. Porsche is actually going into every game, and their biggest one that they really started with was Forza, and then they moved on to Assetto Corsa. Assetto Corsa just has a ton of Porsches, and even one of the brand new ones. But now sim racing, I don't know a lot about the sim racing games on PC when it comes to games like Automobilista, R Factor 3, and Race Room, all those games there. But as far as consoles and most of your general racing games, Porsche was exclusive to the EA and the Need for Speed title.
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed.
I thought I was someone drinking. Okay.
Yeah, a Scotsman drinking an American beer. Oh, fuck you and your Yankees. Yeah, I'm a Red Sox fan, so that doesn't bode well with me. But anyway, you can't. What was I saying? Shit. Oh, the Porsches and stuff. So there's no more exclusivity. So Porsche has finally decided they're going to make it. They're going to bring their cars to a broader market, more games, and it's a good time to get into sim racing. And you're not limited. Wow, I'm getting tongue-tied. You're not limited to a certain game if there's certain kind of cars you want to drive. So, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a great time. Go ahead, laugh it up. Laugh it up, fuzzball.
Oh, man. I mean, I think they've said IndyCars and NASCAR is coming at the Forza 7, as it was in Forza 6.
But are they coming free?
It's part of it. I mean,
that was a big.
It wasn't talk of DLC.
But come on, the NASCAR pack, that was a big up the ass of the fans of Forza.
Yeah,
I mean, made us pay $20. Oh, we got 20 cars. We got 20 cars and a track. Okay, we got Homestead, I believe. Was it Homestead? Did we got? What track did we get? We got Homestead. We got Homestead Raceway and 20 cars. But what they didn't tell you is that, it's just 3 cars. It's only 3 cars, but there's like 20 different paint jobs. Are you freaking kidding me? Did we just get screwed by that? Yes, we did. We got screwed by them.
If they're going to have over 700 cars, I would expect all the Indy and all the NASCAR cars, that sounds a bit weird, isn't it? To be in there. If they're not, I think that's a fuck you to the fans. If you're going to make over 700 cars, I expect the Indy and the NASCAR to be in there as a given, not DLC.
Yeah, well, this time they better bring out the freaking trucks and the midgets and all those NASCAR cars.
They've said trucks are going to be in there.
No, I mean the NASCAR trucks.
Yeah, what trucks? I'm not too sure.
The usual pickup trucks, the ones people like to use in multiplayer lobbies and just bash everybody around with.
Now, this is something brand new to Forza, right? You can create your own character. So Gally will be creating a woman. So you got a tight ass in the race overalls because that's what he's like.
I just love boobs and a flame retardant jumper.
Now,
Danica Patrick, yeah.
I was watching some clips in that, but I couldn't find anything where you can create the face. I think you can just create your character. Is basically what it is. They've said there's over 300 designs. Now that sounds a lot, but that could be like, well, slim build, medium build. You got your different heights, so it's not a lot, but
don't go thinking there's going to be a story mode, people. Though there's no story mode.
It's kind of said you can create the character.
Basically, you're going to see your character walk to your car to start a race.
Yeah, it's not been putting the character to the forefront. They haven't really given much detail about as to how it's going to play the part in the game. Notice this is only going to apply to career mode, not to multiplayer. So it's something different. Is it needed?
No.
It's not. It's a gimmick.
Yes.
A lot of people will love it. I'm sure there'll be people taking screenshots and what have you, Gally.
Not me. No, I don't do that.
He's got a capture card. Doesn't need to take a screenshot. It might be welcomed by some. I think it's a needless add to the game. I don't think it's going to add anything to the game. But then saying that, be honest, the demo, it might play a vital part in the career. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that, man. It's a weird one. It's not something. If you're playing a racing game, are you really interested in what your character looks like? If he's got a goatee or a moustache, or if she needs a shave? I don't know. It's a bit of an odd one for me.
I don't know. I think how you feel about it. You know what? And I'm not concerned with all that. My big concern going back to the wheels is that they got all this addressed when it comes to PC racing, but are they addressing the fact that the wheels support on consoles sucks? I mean, that's where your bread and butter is going to be with this game to start with. If you think you're going to get... now, I could be wrong. I mean, but I just don't see Forza being a huge seller at the start on PC. It's an Xbox exclusive that's moved to PC now because we all know Xbox doesn't believe in exclusives anymore. And it's just, the game sucked when it came to the tire models on wheels. And if you were a person who used a wheel, that's when you noticed it the most, because the car handled poorly. It's just, and if you go to a game like Project Cars, or you go to Assetto Corsa or something, you'll know what I'm talking about when I talk about handling poorly. It's just, you go to those games, you can throw your car around. Okay. Yeah. Forza, you cannot throw your car around. You gotta drive it to, I don't know, like you're on ice half the time, because the car's gonna slide more times than that, and it always ticked me off. It's like it's like you go to turn and you'd be like, you're on your wheel and you take that turn and it's like, okay, yep, you're hitting this slow, and then all of a sudden you got to turn a little bit more, and it'd be like the car would be sitting there going, oh, what, oh, you're turning, oh, okay, I should be going this way. It's just like, what the fuck? And
it's like having
tuning didn't help.
Yeah, it's like having tread on your rear tires and having no tread at all on the front, and going out on a damp track. Sometimes that's how it feels. There's just absolutely no grip on the front, and it's disappointing, because you could have a decent race, a decent night, and those little moments can take that enjoyment and just flush it down the toilet.
Yeah.
So I would like to think, and I would hope to think, touching no wood, that Microsoft and Turn 10 have learned from the mistakes, and they've made the adjustments and the calculations that are needed to stop that. So if they fix that,
if they don't, they're going to get roasted by PC players.
Jesus. Well, I mean, they're saying it's built for Windows 10 from the ground up, so you would think that that's something they're going to.
Yeah, but they're still using the same engine from Xbox.
Yeah. Yeah. There is talk. This isn't surprising, but they've announced that they're going to have quite a hard focus on esports. It's in the list
that's
of
Xbox in general.
Yeah,
not just Forza.
Forza, I watched must be a while back now. I watched some final guys running Forza, and I don't know.
Sim racing and esports is a natural thing. That I get. That's a natural. Yeah. That's a natural coexistence.
Watching guys on chase cam in a world final is, if you're that good, why are you not in cockpit? that's the way I see it.
I know. Why aren't you trying to act like you're really driving the car? Oh, well, I can see more in the chase view. Yeah, well, guess what? If you were really in the car.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Right, there's one thing I've... Now this...
Oh, here's one thing I wanted to ask real quick, and I don't know. I haven't been able to find the answer of it. And it's something that the Forza community on Xbox has really wanted, but I don't think it's going to come. And I'm curious if PC is going to get it. Is PC going to get triple screen support for Forza?
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, that would be very interesting.
There must be. They're not going to launch a racing game on PC without triple screen support. They're not. That's just suicide, mate. You're basically just going to alienate all the PC drivers and racers because they're going to go, nah, I'm not going to race on my little 14-inch screen.
The serious ones, yeah.
Yeah. They are doing something, right, that you could do on the original Xbox. And you can do it on the 360. Is custom soundtracks. So you can play your own music while you play. Me personally, I don't do that. I can't do music. But you can do it. Now, the way they're going to do it is you have your music files on your OneDrive and you stream it from your OneDrive onto your Xbox and then you have your own music while you play. But my question to this is, why can't we do it the old-fashioned way where you put a disc in, save it to your Xbox, the music, take your disc out, and then you have that playing while you play your games? They managed it on the original Xbox. Why can't they do it with the ones we've got now? It seems a bit, odd. Why you can't do that? Instead, you have people who have their stereo up full blast.
And I'll give you a theory.
While in a party.
I'll give you a theory on that.
Go on.
Okay. Back when the original Xbox came out, there was still a lot of people listening to disc-based music.
Yeah.
To have, and now, I mean, let's face it, digital music has taken over. Music, unlike movies, where, yes, movies and stuff have gone to a digital age also, but they have not been almost consumed by the digital market as music has. Music is, I mean, 9 out of 10 probably of people will have their music digitally. They no longer buy CDs. They buy the music from CDs. iTunes or.
I do use iTunes, but I do like having CDs. I go in the car and I've got CDs in the car. I like that.
Yeah, well, not a lot of people do that anymore. Not a lot of people do that. They hook up their iPods or their phones or, because, you got Bluetooth in your cars and stuff. A lot of newer cars now and older cars, you have the little auxiliary plug and so forth. But so they can't, I don't know if they can easily do both systems where you can save your actual music and install digital or whatever. So they probably went for something that was the easiest route.
So you have to stream it from your OneDrive. So see, saving it to your Xbox makes sense. Save it on the hard drive of your Xbox and play it in the background. No,
yeah, but you have OneDrive on Xbox.
Yeah, but
it's the same thing. It's almost the same thing. Yeah. You're saving it to your OneDrive, which is accessible on your Xbox.
Yeah, but why not save it to the actual hard drive of the Xbox?
Because you know as well as I do that games are too large for the hard drive as they are nowadays.
A couple of megabytes for an album, whatever.
Yeah, but you're still talking about storage space when it comes to your hard drives on your consoles. It's still a big deal. Even though consoles now can use expandable hard drives and so forth and externals, yeah, it's still a big deal to not take up that much space.
Something that I missed when we were talking about the wheels and the tire model. They've mentioned something called friction assist, and the quote is, friction assist, it's how your car handles when it goes off track and how much time you lose. So they've obviously looked at this. We experienced it when we done a little Forza get together, where you go off track, you hit a certain point at the track, and you just stop. You know what I mean? Instead of rolling up and continuing rolling, the stop. It's obviously that's where the gaming area ends. So it sounds like they may have fixed it. I don't know. They're just saying friction assist.
As long as they fix those damn rumble strips on Le Mans. Those were freaking ridiculous.
They haven't given any information on friction assist. They've just said they've got friction assist and it affects what your car does when it goes off track. No more info on it. I meant to mention it when you're talking about the wheels and the steering and stuff. But the music, if it's going to come through your headset along with your game, then fair enough. But when I'm racing, I don't want to listen to music.
It's not
the 80s. We're not playing Outrun anymore, and Outrun 2. We're sim racing, and you want to be. For me, I like to hear the engine, the gear ratios, vehicles around me.
Yeah.
And when you're blasting music, you can't hear that. You know what I mean? You just can't hear it.
I'm not a big fan of playing music or listening to music while I'm playing a video game either. So it doesn't matter what game it is. So
we're men. We can't do two things at once.
No, I just don't want to listen to it. I'm one of those people that actually likes dialogue in a game. I like to pay attention to the story, and I don't need something convoluting that.
Okay. Conversation. Now, the prices on this game vary too expensive to bloody ridiculous.
On Forza 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's the same they've been doing for what? How many versions now?
I mean, I suppose they're going to justify, well, we're giving you 700 cars. Yes, 600 more than I fucking need. Bring the prices down, guys. It's getting beyond a joke. And I mean, if you buy it digitally, it's even worse. And the prices are shocking.
Maybe for you. For us, digital and disc are the same price.
I mean, obviously, the game comes out 3rd October this year. However, if you buy the Ultimate Edition, I'm just ripping my head out there. If you buy the Ultimate Edition and donate a kidney, you can play it with early access on the 29th of September. Obviously, all the hardcore guys will be rocking on the 29th.
Yeah, of course, that costs you $100.
Getting to the highest level they can, and then when all the other guys come on, like, oh, so what level you are? I think it's kind of similar to the ones on Call of Duty. You get these ones that get Call of Duty, and they have to get prestige as fast as they physically can, just to go, oh, I'm prestige.
And now that Ewok just mentioned that, okay, that's one of the things that is what differentiates an arcade racer to a sim racer.
Yeah.
Forza having you earn money to either unlock or earn cars, that is an arcade based feature. That is not sim racing. Sim racing, when you buy a sim game, you can use any car you want right then and there. Every car in the game is available right from the get go. That is sim racing.
But yeah.
There is DLC, but no time ever do you have to earn a car. And that is part of the arcade feature.
Do you not think this kind of creates it's a different kind of respect on sim style racers, because when you enter a lobby, you don't know what level anyone's at. You don't know if they're new, if they're professional, really good. I mean, you don't know.
Yeah.
So you approach the race every time the same way. You want to do the best you can. When you get into games like Forza, the ones that have these ranking systems that everybody can see, for the ones who are new to a game, and you jump in a lobby, you've got these high-ranking racers that obviously spent a lot of time in the game. As a new racer, that can be really, really intimidating. Yeah, it can actually affect your performance.
Just because somebody's a high rank doesn't mean they're good. It just means they've been playing it for a while.
Yeah, but it can be quite intimidating. I mean, when I first started on Forza 6 and getting involved with the GLC and stuff, my first couple of races, there's always people, quite high rank and what have you, and I was like, man, I don't think I can cut this. And I find when I first started racing, it was affecting me because I was so conscious of the fact that there's a guy behind me and he's a higher rank, and if I get in his way, I'm going to piss him off. And I think it doesn't need to be there. It doesn't. The whole money thing, I mean, look at Forza 6. It just threw money at you. Absolutely threw money.
Yeah, that was a big complaint from the Forza.
Yeah, but do you remember what used to happen? Was you'd get brand new racers that would jump in with us on GLC in the lobbies, that couldn't join events because they hadn't made enough money to buy the car. And then when they did buy the car, that was all the money gone. So they'd have to wait a period of time before they could get some more money to buy another car in order to take place in events. And
or they didn't have enough money left over to pay for a tune.
Yeah, and I don't think that's the right aim for community. You're actually segregating people. So let's say the ones, old Johnny, right? Johnny works part-time, 25 hours a week for whatever reason. He's got loads of time in his hands. So he's going to make on this money. He's going to unlock these cars. Now, Johnny's got a mate, his best mate, Dave. Dave works full-time. He gets, a couple hours. Those guys aren't going to be able to race together on certain events because they don't have those vehicles. And Gally's totally right in saying that, the vehicle everything should be there. You shouldn't have to unlock it. Maybe if it's, for a specific event or a series, then, whatever. But
yeah, it's career mode. I can understand unlocking stuff in career mode, but every car should be available for multiplayer.
Yeah, totally. I mean, PCAS 2 has this license thing coming in, which is quite interesting, but I think maybe Forza are kind of stepping in the right direction. It wouldn't be a reach for them to go, actually, we're not going to do that in multiplayer. Just everything's there to use. If you've got it, use it.
Yeah.
I think it would generate something different for multiplayer. It would elevate it from what Forza 6 offers right now, which isn't bad, but they need to take it a step up. And if they continue with what they've done in Forza 6, you're going to have more of the same. It just looks better.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's going to be any evolution at the moment that I can see before we play the demo of the multiplayer, mate. That's kind of the way I see that.
Yeah. So stepping back onto triple screen, I was just looking through something, and I finally called up Inside Sim Racing. If you're somebody who does sim racing and you don't know about them, they've been around for about 10 years now. They have a YouTube channel. They also have a website. Very, very thorough as far as getting you information as far as accessories, products, games, even DLCs on games. But again, they concentrate on sim racing. Yes, they do cover some stuff when it comes to the consoles and the Forzas and the wheels and stuff like that for the consoles. But according to them,
they're fair. Yeah, they're fair.
They're very fair. According to them, even more interesting are the lengths Turn 10 went to regarding device support. Triple screen support as well as support for 21 9 monitors has been implemented for the first time with a Forza game on PC, alongside support for 8 times MSAA and 16 times anisotropic peripherals. Moreover, the spectrum of PCs being able to run the game has been widened as well. And if I will include this website, I will include this in the information below, so you can go access it, and it gives you a nice little rundown of your settings, whether you're on low, 1080p, Ultra 4K, or Ultrabook Mobile. But it gives you nice little rundowns of basically what you'd need to run it properly. So I will put a link to this Inside Sim Racing page in the descriptions down below. I don't know. I think that's pretty much. Is there any other concerns we had when it comes to Forza 7?
I don't. It's kind of hard before without seeing the demo and experiencing the demo. It's kind of hard to kind of say what we think it's going to be. We know what the bad points are. We've highlighted them, or not bad points, but maybe negative points that are there. And I just hope when this demo comes out, it nails it. If it nails it, you could possibly see me back in, Forza socially, not running leagues, but socially, with the old crew and what have you.
Yeah, because you have to admit we have fun, and while we were talking earlier about it, we had a blast with the old crew yesterday, and it's just like while the experience, the ability, should I say, of racing like we used to on that game may have not been there, but it's like the camaraderie and the friendships never left. They were no different than they were when we were there over a year ago. And that's why this is why we've always said GLC is we're a family. And that just goes to prove it, because it was just like, oh, look, it's the guys that went and played Project. There was none of that. It was like, hey guys, how you doing? Let's have fun and just having laughs and having. It's because we're a family.
I've even got Raymond in my vinyl.
There you go. Yeah.
It's a weird thing. GLC went boof, and then like this, and it's staying stable, and it is. We've stepped away for a long time. We have doing other things, other ventures, and you go back, and it is just like you spoke to them a couple of nights ago. No one gives you grief, and that's always something being good at the GLC. And life always comes first. You can step away for as long as you want and go back, and it's good. And I did enjoy it, but I probably enjoyed the party more than I enjoyed actually racing on Forza, because I couldn't get it. And that's always something.
Yeah, well, you weren't using your wheel, and I don't understand why.
No, I did. I was on the controller, then I switched to the wheel. That's why I ended up like a lap behind. I switched to the wheel, and then the wheel I lost my rag with the wheel. It wasn't doing it. Well, it wasn't turning. It wasn't doing what we spoke about before. It wasn't turning. So I then switched the wheel off and went back to the controller. And I've done a lot better with the controller. But that's just because I don't like the cockpit view in Forza. But it's this is where in Forza, because it's so social, Forza, it's not really serious. I don't take it seriously. Lobbies are slightly different. When you play things like Project Cars and certain stuff, in the lobby, it's a slightly different atmosphere in the lobby.
It's a different type of people.
Yeah, and it's a different type of race as well. It's a bit more serious, so there's less sort of hilarity and stuff if it's a proper serious event and stuff. Where in Forza, it can be chaos. It can, and it's a good laugh. It is a good laugh. I'm look forward to the any future races. Definitely looking forward to the demo of Forza 7. Never thought I'd say that. But you've got to look forward to a demo and see what they're actually going to offer us. And I do pray that it goes well and they hit us where it hurts and we go, actually, whoa, they've actually got something here. Because you've got, the tail end of this year is fantastic. Right, F1 2017, Project Cars 2, Forza 7, right? And then if it ever actually gets released, because they're really, really quiet. They've gone really, really quiet. GT Sport. Yeah, they're saying it's going to release, but the PR train's kind of slowed down a little bit.
Well, it comes out October, so.
Yeah, there's a lot out there. A lot of options for people to look at, whether you're sim racing, arcade racing, or somewhere in between.
And what some people need to understand,
kind of spoiled.
GT Sport is not Gran Turismo 7. And I'm tired of hearing people say, oh, GT7, GT. It's not GT7. They have repeatedly said this. It is not GT7. It is just a stripped down.
It's a beta for 7.
They have already said that GT7 will come eventually down the road, but there's a reason why. I mean, this game is pretty much like Assetto Corsa. It's very limited to what it's going to offer you. There is only 10 tracks. There's only so many cars.
10 tracks?
Yeah. God. That was the last time I heard. It was only 10 tracks.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. I'd say Assetto Corsa's better, but no, Assetto Corsa's got about 10 tracks with just variants of different ones.
Then that's exactly what GT Sport is doing. It's just doing a stripped down version because they're doing stuff for the first time. They're trying to improve the graphics, not the graphics, the physics. Thank you. They're improving the physics. They're adding damage for the first time. They're trying new things, and basically, you're right. This is a beta for them to do it because my opinion is Gran Turismo has always been a shit franchise. I've always thought it was a stupid franchise.
I've never gotten into it.
Right from the get-go of, oh, well, here, you want to play our game? Here, get a license to drive this car. Fuck you, I want to drive the car.
Yeah.
It's
I
do
remember that, a mate playing it. I was like, you got a license to drive it?
Yeah, you got to earn your license so you can play the game. And it's like, oh, and then there was no damage in the car. So, and that's part that's always annoyed me. So, kudos to Gran Turismo if they're going to finally try and step into be as good as Forza. And yes, I've said it. Forza 4 is what finally knocked Gran Turismo out. Gran Turismo has not even on the same level as Forza after Forza 4. For Gran Turismo, you can be the biggest Gran Turismo fanboy all as you want. It's never been as good as Forza since Forza 4. So, whether you like my opinion on that, I don't care.
Put it in the comments. Down here.
Yeah,
down here.
If you don't like it, put it in the comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
in the comments, hit subscribe.
the amount of fun I've had, and here's the thing: I've thought about this the other day. We always had a blast when we were racing in Forza, and then we moved off. We wanted to do some more serious racing, and we moved on to project cars and so forth. And I sat there asking myself, is like, yeah, I'm doing better racing, I'm more serious racing, but am I having fun? And it's like, if to answer myself honestly, not as much. Yes, I'm still having fun, but am I having the same kind of fun? No. And
I think it's due to the mixture of the people that are in GLC.
Yeah. Yeah, we have quite the eclectic bunch.
If you're having a dull party, it takes one Irishman. It just takes one Irishman. And that party is just it's chaos.
Our parties, I will say, our parties were never perfect. We had issues in some parties, but for the most part, Forza with GLC was fun. And the amount of fun we had last night and some of these changes I'm seeing, it's got me interested to where I may actually look at Forza 7. As to where before it was just like, Forza, no, I'm never buying another Forza game. But I actually, being honest with myself, is saying, I'll look at it. I'll see what there is. So
yeah. I agree with that. It's definitely worth a look. There's a lot of promising things on there, and if they get it wrong, it's going to come back to bite them hard.
And you know what?
There's massive expectations.
You know what? If it's really that good,
yeah.
If it really is, maybe I'll just finally build a PC and go do all the racing I want to do. And then I can still race Forza.
See, you were talking about the fun, right? With my club and that, we have some really weird stuff going on just now in parties. I have some mad fun, and it's kind of the same level of like fun and hilarity as GOC, but for some reason it's going a little bit dark and a little bit weird over my place. We're talking about some weird stuff. Mating turtles and don't want about it. I put that in there because I post these podcasts in my group as well. And a few of the guys have commented, so we talk about mating turtles, which will make sense to them. And other various things.
Yeah, getting all shell-shocked.
Oh, here's where I've got a guy in called Daryl, right? BMW Z4, who... Right, one night we were racing, and it was a random conversation. I mean, like really random. And for some reason, pig fucking came into the conversation. And I don't know how. Right, there was a few of us in, a couple of American rednecks in there, right? And pig fucking came into the conversation. So his missus had overheard him talking about pig fucking. So he's had to explain this to his missus. And then for whatever reason, he was searching for an old guy wearing a pink thong on his phone. Don't ask, right? While lying in bed. So his missus has rolled over. Well, so I've seen this, and he's like, so he's going to have to explain that. Okay? So, big fucking and an old guy in a pink thong. And then to top it off, he sat racing, and he's got his laptop there, and there's a video. Just go to YouTube, right? Trust me on this. Go onto YouTube and type in turtle mating, right? You will cry your eyes out with laughter. It's so funny, right? The noise this turtle, this tortoise makes. And basically, he had on his laptop, had the volume up, and his missus walked in while this was on. So he had to explain these three things, the turtle mating, the big fucking, and all his missus. And it's just like, it's chaos, mate. It's absolutely chaos over there. But it's the same sort of fun and hilarity that about the GLC, where parties can start off really sensible and just lose themselves. Lose themselves.
People would thought we were insane with some of the conversations we had.
And when you're trying to race with tears rolling in your face, it's really hard. It's really, really hard. It's good, man. It's good. And you get that with GLC. I mean, like, I didn't stay the whole night because I had to shoot off and get up for work. But and I wish maybe I don't stay for the whole night. But it was just like being back there like last week. It was really, really strange. Yeah. It really, really was. There were some names and that I hadn't seen in a while, and a couple of new guys. And it was great. It was great. So it's nice that there still is that bond, no matter how long you've been away. Mm-hmm. And it's testament to Mal and the GLC. Place to be.
Oh yeah. So again, if you're a sim racer, now is the best time as any to be in the sim racing market, because, as I said, all these cars, all the companies, they're pushing their cars for the games. And I mean, basically whatever game you buy, I'm sure, you've got to find what fits you. I mean, if you're not somebody who can be that serious when it comes to sim racing, and you need something with a little bit more levity and a little bit more arcade-ness, then yeah, something like Forza is probably up your alley, instead of something like a Project Cars or a Assetto Corsa. And if you're on PC, well, you have a vast array of gaming that you can. What the hell was that?
I've been staring at this camera for the whole time, and I'm like, I don't know. I just felt need me. No, it's kind of weird. You can see me, but I can't see you, so it's like.
Oh, jeez, what an ugly mug. But again, if you want to try it, give it a try. You can get in with a racing wheel for not a lot of money. You can get them cheap. Especially if you buy them used. You can buy the lower end ones. Just get the feel for it and decide from there. That's pretty much all I could say is just if you like racing, give it a shot.
Give it a shot. Yeah. Don't be scared. Get off of Call of Duty. Get in racing. Honestly.
Okay, so that's pretty much all we have to say as far as the Forza 7. But and before we go, I want to talk about something else that I had mentioned previous show about a game I was waiting for, and that was Path of Exile, which is very similar to Diablo series. I did not know it was going to be a free-to-play game. I honestly did not, but it is. It is completely free on Xbox.
I saw it, I was like, what's this? Free man on the Xbox?
Yeah.
I said, whoa.
Yeah, and it's a completely free-to-play game. And if you're somebody who wants to sit there, as we've covered in a previous episode, you mean it's pay to win? No. Nope. Everything and anything is available in the game free without ever having to pay a dime. It's just
GP.
It's on PC. It's been on PC since 2013. It is now available on Xbox. And it's just like it plays like the Diablo series. So if you're a fan of the Diablo 3, you'll like Path of Exile. But it also has the same type of system as like Neverwinter. Everything is earnable in the game. You can trade between characters. Players can trade between themselves in the trading market. There's some limitedness as far as when it comes to your inventories and stuff like that, but that's just part of that game. So I highly recommend it. Give it a shot. It's free. Give it a try. Like I said, if you're a fan of the Diablo series, definitely give Path of Exile a a try. Again, free download. And it was only like 9 gigabytes. So I was like, that didn't take long at all to download.
In case I didn't mention, it's free. Let's say it a couple of times. Free.
Free.
F. Free.
Free.
Super different, man.
But yeah, I highly recommend it if you want to give it a try. Anything you'd like to recommend?
No, I've actually gone and ordered F1 2017. I thought, we've got a bit of interest in my club for it, so I thought, I'll give it a go, give it a spin, and see what it's like. I did enjoy the 2016, and it might be a nice break away from the hardcore sim, because PCARS 2 is going to get absolutely smashed. I've got to say, I won't be off it, but I need something to pull me away from it, so I don't just burn myself out. Because it's like you get a brand new racing game, you're never off it.
I'm really looking forward to the Rally Crossing.
Yeah. So I've got the F1 2017. Should arrive tomorrow, hopefully. I'm going to see how that goes. So once I get into that bit, hopefully if it arrives tomorrow, the next podcast might give you some feedback on that and see how it is. It's a lot more complex than the 2016 version, but we'll see. We'll see what it's got to offer. I think we'll go from there. That's my sort of the only one at the moment. Oh, and I have been playing Sniper Elite 4. I had some credit on CEX, so I've got some games. I got Ghost Warrior 3, Sniper Ghost Warrior 3. Don't know why I did. Really bad game. It's a really bad game. The game mechanics are just horrendous. Really bad.
Yeah.
Sniper Elite 4, which is it's more the same as Sniper Elite 3, and it's just good. It's easy to play. You pick up and play it. There's no BS with it, and I'm really enjoying that. And I picked up dirt cheap Dishonored 2. Now, if you liked the first one, which was really, really good, you're going to enjoy the second one. It's more of the same, but a slightly different story to it. That's kind of, I'm kind of floating between Dishonored 2 and Sniper Elite 4 at the minute. So if you don't have those games, get them. They've been out a while, but they're definitely worth a go. And obviously Sniper Elite 4 lends itself to the bullet cam with this, testicle shots and seeing kidneys explode and stuff. If you're into that, you'll definitely enjoy it. So that's my recommendations.
Yeah, I just bought 2 new games myself off of PlayStation's flash sale they had this weekend.
What did you get?
I picked up Origami, which is basically a ninja stealth game done in a very nice artwork style of, say, like a Beautiful Joe and stuff. No, it's not the folding of paper.
Look, it's a book. It's a book.
It's a $20 game. I've been looking at it for quite a while. They had it on sale for $8. Took advantage of it. Also picked up a game that you won't like because it's just more of the same old adventuring type game, but I picked up Bound by Flame. Yeah. So
sounds like something you might pick up in Bangkok. Not that I would know. Never been there.
You're closer to me. So, yeah, okay, that's it for today.
Normally you guys don't see this because we're not in the video, right? We kind of get to the tail end and we kind of think, what are we going to talk about? So you see us now sit here going thinking, no, you can see the cogs whirring going, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about? But no, I've got nothing else to talk about.
We're all good.
This is my.
We covered what we wanted to cover when it came to Forza 7. So
yes, that was the main point of this one, yeah.
So hopefully we've only got 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks till Project Cars 2.
3 weeks and 3.5 weeks. Yeah.
So
3.5 weeks.
We'll definitely be talking about that.
Yeah, you might want to take a day off work. The podcast may be extended that day. But we might just do it. We might just sit and play PCARS 2 and just chat for an afternoon and stick it on record. So you can go away and have lunch and come back and we'll still be talking. Yeah. That's what we'll do.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to do a live episode.
Ooh, live episode.
Yeah.
Not that. But the connection issues we had today, that got wrong with it. Guys, what can do it? So all I saw from you was, I was like, Kelly? Oh, can you hear that? Puppy's outside the door.
For those of you who have been paying attention to Ewok's puppy life, he did it. He went and got another one. Even though he said he wasn't going to do it, he needed his strength from us.
What it was. Friend had the puppy for a reason, couldn't take care of her. So, and she's tiny. Just literally fits in the palm of my hand. Yeah. Cracking little girl she is.
So he only had to stay strong for 7 weeks and he couldn't do it.
I said no more at number 3, and then number 4 came, and he's like, "Oh, he's kind of cool little dude." And then number 5 is just yeah. So that's it, no more now.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I don't believe you anymore.
Look into my eyes. You see the eyes of a broken man. No more.
You guys are gonna have trouble feeding yourselves. Never mind the freaking puppy dogs.
That's chaos. So try to get 3 trained dogs and then 2 dogs that are totally untrained, because obviously the puppies, just to all sit and get fed at the right time. Chaos, mate. Absolute chaos. But there we go.
There you go. So enjoy your puppy life.
Stepping in puppy poo. Right between the toes.
Okay. We don't need that in this. Thank you.
Horrible.
But anyway, that's our show for today, folks. Again, Forza 7, give it a shot. It's going to be going between Xbox and PC, so be on track together, which is a very interesting approach. I do believe, I don't know of any other game that does that, so well, I shouldn't say that. There is a game, Forza Horizon 3 does, but it's a completely different style. That one is full out arcade. That one's not sim racing like or anything. So Forza 7 is going to be the first game of its like to do this, I believe, because Assetto Corsa doesn't do it. Project Cars doesn't do it.
Possibly could be the last.
Could possibly. And of course, we know there hasn't been a Gran Turismo in a long time. So,
yeah,
because you know how their development cycle goes. 7 years ago, maybe we'll release another one.
They've announced the release date. I still think it'll be delayed.
It might. You never know with Gran Turismo. But so yeah, that's our show for today. Again, if you got any comments, leave them down below. For those links I told you about, I'll leave them in the descriptions down below. If you like what you heard, give us a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give us a thumbs down. And if you want to be notified when we release new episodes or do gameplays and so forth, live streams, click that subscribe button. Other than that, for Dirty Ewok, I'm Gallifrey Madman. Have a good one.
Adios.